A man from Long Beach who developed an app that tracks ICE activity says his information has been subpoenaed by the feds, but it wasn't for his app.
Federal agents say in a subpoena directed at Meta, the parent company of Instagram, that a post he and others shared doxed an agent.
He showed that subpoena to our McCall Medina, who talked with him today. So, Mac, what did he tell you?
Sherman Austin says he did absolutely nothing wrong, only sharing what he says is public information. But DHS in that subpoena says that the information might have been actually putting an agent's identity in question and potentially doxing him. Austin says he did none of that.
The subpoena came from DHS.
Sherman Austin says it's this video posted on Instagram that is at the center of the subpoena. On September 2nd, with 5 other users sharing as a collab, the post starts off by showing a Border Patrol agent apparently conducting an immigration enforcement operation in Long Beach. It goes on to show photos and videos of the unmasked uniformed agent and ends with information about the agent's previous employment at a police department, his hometown, his city of residence, and his name, with the headline, "Warning Suspected Kidnapper Terrorist." DHS wrote in the subpoena that it was in reference to officer safety doxing. Doxing is publishing private information with the intent to place the recipient in reasonable fear for their safety or harassment. It's illegal in California.
None of the information is private. None of the information is personal information. It's all information that was just basically copied from other public sources like the Border Patrol website.
Austin's attorneys have filed a motion to quash the subpoena, essentially seeking to have it set aside because they say it violates the First Amendment. Austin says 2 other users named in the DHS subpoena have also filed motions, which were recently granted according to Austin. He's still, however, waiting on his request. We reached out to DHS for comment, and just hours ago, Teresa McLaughlin, the Assistant Secretary of Public Affairs, wrote, "Not sure if you saw the recent attacks on our Dallas facility." On Wednesday, a gunman opened fire on the ICE facility, killing 1 and turning the gun on himself. Investigators say he was targeting federal employees.
I'm not trying to encourage anyone to do anything violent. I'm not encouraging anyone to do anything illegal or incite any violence of any kind. I'm just encouraging people to exercise their First Amendment right, and we all have a right to do that.
In addition to his social media posts, Austin also created a web-based application to track ICE activity. Investigators say the gunman in the Dallas attack used a similar app to track ICE prior to the shooting. David Green with the Electronic Frontier Foundation defends such platforms as vital public interest speech.
That is protected speech at the highest rung of First Amendment protection. Providing truthful information about matters of public interest to the general public. It was highly protected speech. And so there should not be legal consequences to that.
But federal agents have long warned these tools can endanger law enforcement and enable evasion. The Attorney General Pam Bondi has publicly claimed that some of these apps have threatened the lives of our law enforcement officers throughout this country. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem wrote on X about these apps, "They sure look like obstruction of justice." Austin insists he is operating legally, and his social media post that shares the videos uploaded to his app are protected speech.
I think they're trying to make people scared, and they're trying to use whatever means they can to try and intimidate people who speak out against these ICE raids that are going on in the community.
Are you worried you could be arrested by federal agents because of this app?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a possibility. I think the threat of retaliation from the federal government, the DHS and ICE is very real.
We also reached out to DOJ and Meta about the subpoena for comment and have yet to hear back. We're live in Long Beach. I'm McCall Medina, NBC4 News.